Today on Las Vegas Now.
My mom had 18 kids. I said, Mom, why'd you have so many kids? Dijo, look at them, they're not all winners.
Very funny. Carlos Mencia is live in studio. We're talking family, food, plus we're giving the comedian an Easter candy taste test.
Then the emotional and shocking moment on last night's episode of Survivor. We'll have more on the comment that caused a massive uproar.
And it is spring cleaning time. Organizational experts share tips on how to get your home in order.
You are watching Las Vegas Now with Lindsey Simon, Kendall Tenney, and Mercedes Martinez.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Las Vegas Now. I'm Lindsey Simon.
And I'm Kendall Tenney. And did you hear that first line? My voice cracked, like I'm going through puberty again, and who knows?
All right.
No,
is there
I'm not.
a second, that I don't know about?
It might be, and maybe we look into that. But also in today's show, very funny, Carlos Mencia is going to be here, and he's going to stick around with us today. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and his real name is Ned, by the way.
I didn't know that until you told me.
Yeah, real name is
crazy.
Ned. Plus, we're talking, there's no big surprise to hear that America is like the most sleep-deprived country in the world, but we're breaking it down by the numbers. You won't believe how much money Americans are spending on sleeping aids and everything like that. It's outrageous.
Yeah, it is crazy because so many people do want more sleep but just can't get it. Yeah. Also today, are you a fan of Peeps? We didn't even talk about this.
I am. I feel like I'm the only one that is.
Okay, I can't stand Peeps, but we are having a Peep eating contest. I guess they have some new flavors this year, mystery flavors.
New mystery flavors. They've been doing mystery flavors like for the past 3 years, I think, but we've got 3 new ones and we're going to try them out.
Oh, yeah. Way to improve on something that was already bad. All right, let's kick it over to Ted with our Blue Dog RV Weekend Weather Report. Ted?
Kendall, Lindsey, happy Thursday to you. We warned you about it. The big winds are here. They started this morning, but we knew that by the afternoon that they would start to peak. Look at the numbers we've been seeing. Red Rock close to 50, 40s throughout many of our locations, especially those of you closer to the mountains, to the west side of town, downtown, about 40, along with North Las Vegas, also 40 miles per hour. And right now, they are starting to reach their peak. We could see that still for the next few hours. Wind advisories remain in effect until midnight. That's for all counties, where we could still see gusts between 40 to 50, 50 closer to the mountains, even higher in the mountains expected in the next few hours. Evening planner, windy early on. The good news, those winds won't last all night. They'll turn more breezy to light breezes late night tonight, and then looking good tomorrow morning. 60 degrees on morning start. Plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. How about Easter weekend? Saturday, your best day of the weekend. 83 degrees, sunny skies, your winds tame, calm expected for Saturday. Sunday, however, we'll see additional cloud cover. We will see some of those breezes kick in again later in the afternoon, but your Easter egg hunting in the morning should look good in the high 60s. We'll have more in your forecast coming up at the end of the show. Paul and Denise, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, Ted, thanks very much. Well, this afternoon, Las Vegas Hockey has a head coach to call their own.
The Golden Knights introduced their new man in charge at the T-Mobile Arena just this afternoon, and that's where we find John Treach. Hi there, John.
Hey there, Denise. Well, opponents feared him, teammates loved him, and the Golden Knights had to have him. Gerard Gallant is on the first line of hockey history right here in Vegas. The 53-year-old Gallant arrives refreshed but respected throughout the sport. The former Florida Panthers and Columbus Blue Jackets leader embraces his role as a Las Vegas sports pioneer and the very first major league head coach in Nevada history. The Golden Knights will skate onto the ice this fall, answering to an honored Gerard Gallant.
I'm very proud to be the first head coach of the Vegas Golden Knights. Looking forward to that opportunity, and I'd like to thank Bill, George, Kelly, and the staff for having faith in me. This should be a great experience. We're going to have a great, hard-working hockey team, and I think our fans are going to be really excited to see our product. And
we've met our criteria. We have an experienced coach who is formerly an experienced player, and he has the right character and all the right elements to bring a very successful team to Las Vegas. The Vegas Golden Knights are better today with Gerard Gallant than they were yesterday without him.
Yeah, guys, Gallant is big time. He played 11 years in the National Hockey League, but he's also from a town in Canada of 13,000. He says he's just a small town guy who's hardworking and loves hockey, and I think Vegas fans will gravitate towards that. Reporting live from the home of the Vegas Golden Knights, T-Mobile Arena, John Treach, 8 Sports Now.
The team is coming together, John, thank you. The Trump administration is now confirming it has dropped the so-called mother of all bombs for the first time in combat. The 11-ton bomb was dropped on ISIS forces in the eastern region of Afghanistan. It was targeted to a system of tunnels believed to be used by ISIS to carry out attacks. Pentagon sources tell CBS News the bombing mission has been in the works for months. It is now the largest non-nuclear weapon ever used in combat.
That passenger who was forcefully removed from a United Express flight is taking the airline to court now. Lawyers for Pastor David Dow say the 69-year-old doctor who immigrated to the U.S. after the fall of Saigon never wants to get on a plane again. They say Dow suffered a concussion, a broken nose, and lost 2 teeth when he was forcibly removed from United Express Flight 3411. Attorneys say the family has not heard directly from United, but the airline insisted. CEO Oscar Munoz and the company called Dr. Dow to apologize. Munoz added that United will no longer ask police to remove passengers who are being bumped from a full flight.
And a Rhode Island man's search for missing show dogs has taken a sad turn. We have learned that Lucy, one of the 2 missing dogs, has died. Joseph Koval's 4 dogs went missing on Monday after somebody stole his car, and his 4 Boston Terriers were inside. Metro Police found one of the dogs in the car on Tuesday, then another was found. Many of you saw our stories both over the last couple of days here on air and on social media, and you called police to help solve this case. But the last female Boston Terrier is still out there somewhere. If you have any information, please contact police.
Today, a man is dead after an early morning crash in North Las Vegas. Witness told police a Kia Soul was struck by a Dodge truck after it ran a red light. The 65-year-old driver of the Kia was killed. Meanwhile, police are also looking into a serious crash involving a pedestrian. Police say 53-year-old Michael Hilson was jaywalking at Pecos and Sunset around 4 a.m. when he was hit by an SUV. Hilson was taken to Sunrise Trauma and Critical. The driver of the SUV, 59-year-old Jesse Brummer, remained at the scene, and impairment is not believed to be a factor in either crash.
Legendary comedian and Las Vegas headliner Don Rickles is receiving a rare honor tonight. Properties on the Las Vegas Strip will dim their lights starting at 8 p.m. Rickles' career in Las Vegas spanned decades, with his first performance in 1959 to his last at the Orleans, which was back in October of just last year. The comedian passed away last week at the age of 90. That is going to be quite the tribute tonight. So, of course, we're going to show that to you here on later editions of the news. But for right now, let's send it back over to Kendall and Lindsey.
All right, thank you both. Let's get to some local entertainment headlines. Steely Dan kicked off its 9-show residency last night at the Venetian. The band played to a sold-out audience with hits like Reelin' in the Years and Josie. And you still have a few more nights to see them, with shows tomorrow and selected dates over the next couple of weeks.
And Las Vegas headliner Britney Spears is getting a makeover, or at least her wax figure is. Madame Tussauds Las Vegas will unveil a new look for the pop star over at the Welcome to the Fabulous Las Vegas sign. It's tomorrow morning at 11. The outfit is inspired by the Britney Piece of Me wardrobe as a farewell to the star and her residency, which ran for 4 years. Tickets to her final 18 performances go on sale tomorrow, with the last show taking place New Year's Eve. I'm sad to see her go.
Yeah, did you go to the show?
Yeah.
And what'd you think?
I had fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had fun.
I never got around to seeing it, but I heard mixed reviews throughout.
Yeah, it's a well-produced show.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
Well, that's cool.
But that's my childhood.
That's
Britney,
yeah,
Backstreet Boys.
There you
go. Yeah.
All right. Magical wands are going to be all over the place as our city becomes the hot spot for witches, wizards, and other magical creatures.
Wingardium Leviosa.
OtterCon is coming to the House of Blues at the Mandalay Bay on June 25th. Lindsey is apparently excited. The stage show will include a live sorting ceremony. I guess that's where you choose what school, or they choose what school you go to. Harry Potter trivia and butterbeer. Tickets are just $15 and go on sale April 21st.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Are you into this, Harry Potter?
I am.
Yeah?
I didn't read, but did I read all of it? I wasn't like, they're super fans.
Right.
And they go to the midnight showings, which I have been to a midnight showing, but I didn't dress up like everyone else. But I did do the sorting hat. There are some quizzes online.
Yeah.
And I'm Slytherin.
Ooh, that's not good, right?
It is good. It actually is good. We're very brave people, and we're leaders.
But aren't they the bad guys?
No.
I don't know it well, obviously.
He
I'm
who
sorry.
should not be named, he was in, you know.
Okay. Okay.
It's not bad, though. So
My
there's
kids
good.
are huge fans. And
Yeah.
they went to the midnight showings. They've read all the books. So, yeah, I've kind of learned a little bit about it, but obviously not enough to know that Slytherin is not a bad thing.
It's not bad.
All right.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Still to come on Las Vegas Now, comedian Carlos Mencia. He is in our studio, actually. He's right here. He's right across the room. I didn't even see him there. We're going to talk to him in just a few minutes.
And it's a Burger King blunder. Apparently, you cannot have it your way when Google gets involved. We'll explain coming up.
The 7-day forecast on 8 News Now is sponsored by Valley Auto Mall.
Chevy is the most...
Our community pride partner, Finley Automotive Group.
Today on 8 News Now at 5, Metro making big changes in the gang unit. The mistake Sheriff Lombardo is admitting to George Knapp. Plus, a mama swan killed. And it's not the first time this has happened. How a local community is taking aggressive action on 8 News Now at 5.
The dad's like this, the mom's like this, and the kid is like this.
We are now entering the mind of Mencia. Of course, Carlos Mencia in the house. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I feel so Latino. It just shows right here. It just says tacos. Like, what if I just stood like this? People are like, does he have tacos on his chest? And then I'm gonna get in trouble with my family. So it just says tacos are my Valentine. There you go. So
why would you get in trouble?
I'd get in trouble because my mom would say that I'm promoting the negative side of Latinos. She would get
right.
Like to my mom, I'm the representative of every Latino in the history of the world. So I get so now everybody thinks Taco Carlos, Taco Pipo, Taco, you know. So yeah, she'll find out. I have family everywhere. I have 11 sisters and 6 brothers, 78 nephews and nieces, not including uncle, aunts, and cousins.
Does everybody get together every once in a while?
Yeah, to ask me for money all the time. All the time. I would have so much money if it wasn't for my family.
Man. Aren't you the second youngest, too?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, second
How's
to the
that?
youngest. It's horrible. It's horrible being the patriarch of the family and you're the young one. It was horrible. I mean, it was horrible that by the time I was 20, everybody was asking me, like, what to do in the family, like how to, you know, because I was the one kind of making money.
Well, yeah, you've had tremendous success. We talked about Mind of Mencia.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a tremendous hit for so many years.
Yeah, it was cool. It's been a fun ride, man. It's been just. I'm from Honduras, a little tiny town in the middle of nowhere. I mean, to this day, I still get asked what part of Mexico is Honduras. Oh, no. To this day, sure, really? Yes, yes. Come on, we live in a society of what, 30% of Americans hate Obamacare but love the Affordable Care Act? These are the people we're talking about. These are the people that are like, what part of Mexico is Honduras? I don't even fight it. I just go near the bottom. I think I've been there. I'm sure you have. You can't fight. You can't fight intellectual mediocrity. It is everywhere. And nobody knows. See, when I was a kid, if you were like of average or below average intelligence, like we had a class that was like it was a cool class, by the way. It was like there's nothing wrong with you. You just learn slower, so that class is a little slower. Mm-hmm. And they grew up happy knowing like, oh well, I'm part of this, but I'm over here. Now everybody thinks they're smart. Everybody thinks they're amazing. Everybody thinks they're special. Nobody knows how to deal with adversity or losses.
Do you go?
Nobody does.
Do you go, and you came close, do you go off on political tangents very often?
It sounded, to me, it's the emotional aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll make fun of my president. Some people will say, well, it's Trump. Well, I made fun of all my presidents. I mean, when you do and say things that make no sense, somebody has to, you know. When you say the leaks are real, but the stories are fake,
right.
Somebody's got to be like, so I have a fake leg with a real foot. I don't know if anybody wants to believe that. I just think that, A, we take ourselves too seriously.
Yeah.
Way too seriously. You know, I mean, for 3 days they've been running the guy that got kicked off the plane.
Oh my gosh.
Right? But here's what bothers me, that there is this form of political correctness where we don't want to make fun of certain people or talk about certain. I'm angry at everybody in that video that's going, oh my God, but nobody went, officer, Leave him alone. He can have my seat. Nobody did that. Not one person said, this poor man, just give him my seat. They just went, oh, wow, I'm going to record it and look at that. Oh, my God. And then after I hear some of them were so traumatized, they didn't want to get on the flight.
Right.
Well, where were you earlier when we didn't want you on the flight? these people, after all of this, I don't want to go. This is what we were asking for. What are you talking about now? Like, if I was out, I would have been like, now? I would have been recording it. Look at this. I don't want to go now. It's, you know, but there's, you know, people just don't have common sense anymore. They really don't.
Yeah.
They just, you know, we get stuck in this little bubble of what's supposed to be and what's not supposed to be. And I just think that, especially today, we, as comedians more than anything, have to point this stuff out.
Well, that's the beauty of it. I mean, it's your take on life. And when you say it like that, right now, the United Airlines example, you're like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So it's common sense, but it's funny at the same time.
You try to be, right? But there's always somebody that's going to, trust me, somebody's going to come to write in, you know, oh my God, did he not see the video? It's like, that's not what it was about. It had nothing to do. And that's another thing, like people will say, he was making fun of the guy. I never made fun of the guy.
Right.
I made fun of the people that were acting like it was a big deal, but they did nothing.
True.
It's so bizarre to me where we draw lines, you know,
Wasn't
of
that
what
flight
to do.
heading to Honduras, Mexico?
Probably. You know what? If it was heading to Honduras, I would have been the first one to give away my seat. Wait, this flight's going where to Honduras? Oh, you can have my seat. I thought we were going somewhere nice.
I'll pay you $800 to get off this plane.
Exactly.
And you're going to stick around because we're going to do Peeps. Do you like Peeps?
I'm not sure how I feel about them.
Well, maybe you'll like these new mystery flavors.
We'll see.
You're
We'll
gonna
find
stick
out.
around.
You don't?
Only Slytherins like Peeps. And
That's right. It's a snake. Slytherin is a snake.
Thank you, Carlos.
They slither. Nobody has ever used the word slither in a positive way.
Thank you.
Good. You could not describe, like, I met this person and they were so slithery. It was beautiful.
Yes, exactly. That's what I think
And
of.
they were strong. They were strong.
They were strong and slithery, you know, sneaky with his tongue.
You saw, and luckily Carlos isn't leaving. You saw he is performing at Aliante. Tickets are $32. It is going to be a blast, as you can tell.
All right, well, coming up, the reality show Survivor is known for being cutthroat, but one contestant took things to a new low.
What was your goal in doing that?
To show the deception.
Well, the tribe has spoken, and we'll tell you why they did not like what one contestant tried to do, and this is something that never has happened before.
Just a few more hours.
Die-hard Kiss fans, listen up. Coming up later, we're going to tell you how you can score some tickets to the show in Laughlin later this month.
But first, here is today's trivia brought to you by Rolladen Shutters. When a burglar breaks into your home, which room, statistically, do they go to first? We're going to have the answer when we come back.
The money room. Everyone has a money room.
The money room.
Furniture needs.
Welcome back. Here's today's trivia brought to you by Rolladen Shutters. When a burglar breaks into your home, stats say they go to which room first? Did you know this one, Lindsay?
Well, I read it before the show, so yeah.
So yes, Lindsay is in the know because it is the bedroom, according to the folks who do these kind of stats. The burglars go to the bedroom to look through dresser drawers and closets and under mattresses for things like jewelry and cash.
Yeah, at first I thought the money room.
The money room, which is?
Everyone has a money room. And it has to be locked. Well, it's no big surprise that most Americans are the most sleep-deprived people in the world. We're worried about burglaries, that's why. Well, now we have the cold, hard facts about just how serious our sleep struggles are.
Sleep Number rounded up the statistics, and here is what they found. The estimated total number of Americans who are sleep-deprived is about 86.6 million. Also, 1 in 3 adults say they aren't getting enough sleep on a regular basis, and Americans spent around $41 billion on sleep aids and remedies just 2 years ago.
Can you believe that?
That's a lot.
$41 billion. Well, the average amount of time adults spent in bed on election night was 7 hours and 51 minutes, making it the most sleep-deprived night for Americans in 2016, which doesn't seem that bad to me.
No, it's close to 8 hours, and I would think that's enough.
Yeah. And 10% of people reported taking weekday naps compared to 12.7% who nap on the weekends. Are you a napper?
Absolutely. Nothing
I
better
can't do it.
Really?
I can't nap.
A 10 to 15 minute nap, bam.
If I nap, it's like wake up in the morning.
Oh, no. Yeah, I 10 to 15 minute nap. I do about 8 of those a day. And man, you're good to go.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, Burger King wreaks havoc for those with a Google Home device. See how their new ad is taking control of the device beyond the screen and why Google put a stop to it.
Think Easter is just chocolate, bunnies, and candy? Oh, we're going to tell you that's not the case. Who's cooking up some major grub for the holiday?
Hi, Chef.
Your exclusive Weather Now forecast every day with Sherry, Ted, and Katie on 8 News Now.
I don't know what they're saying.
Welcome back to the Elite Flooring Kitchen. If that Easter egg hunt leaves you too exhausted to cook up an Easter meal, don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
Don't forget about it, all right?
That's a hardcore Easter egg hunt. Well, Michael Ingino from Carmine's at Caesar's Palace is here to help out. So what are we cooking? I love this spread and it smells delicious.
So yeah, this Sunday at Carmine's we're gonna have some Easter specials, but we're also gonna have our regular menu available.
Okay.
So we're gonna make one of my favorite dishes at the restaurant, penne alla vodka.
And this will be a special?
No, this will be on the menu. The rack
All
of
the time.
lamb and our Easter breads are special.
Okay, so let's get started on this.
Yeah.
And I do, actually, can we talk about this bread? Because you were telling me about it. I've never even heard of it, but apparently it's like an Italian Catholic type of tradition.
Yeah, it's Easter bread, so it's like a sweet brioche bread. And then we do a hard-boiled egg inside. So growing up as a kid, we'd eat all the bread, and then the parents would hide those eggs and everything.
Okay.
So you had to eat the bread to get to the eggs.
Yeah, exactly. And you get your Easter prize.
Okay, very cool. Now let's cook this up.
Cool. Perfect. We're gonna
And I
start.
have my apron on.
Get your apron so we don't splash. Just some garlic oil and some fresh garlic.
Okay.
And also some roasted garlic. We're gonna start cooking this. Just
Okay.
brown it off a little bit. We're gonna
All right.
add some vodka, some tomato, some cream. Let that reduce down a little bit.
Okay.
Till we get to the right thickness.
Alrighty.
And then we're gonna add some pasta.
Okay.
We're gonna eat.
Oh,
so.
Is this one of the fan favorites at the restaurant?
This is our #1 seller pasta
okay.
dish.
Okay.
And what's great is you have for it's what $85.50. You have a great deal coming up.
Yeah, I mean at Carmine's the biggest thing is besides the wow factor is the value. So for 4 to 6 people, you'll get this rack of lamb here on Sunday. So
For $85.50.
For $85.50.
And it serves 4 to 6.
4 to 6 people.
That's a really good deal.
Yeah. So.
When I first went to Carmine's, did not know it was family portion. So we ordered.
And how many did you order?
Oh, we ordered everything we wanted. And it was really one of those really hungry nights. So you're like, we'll take it all.
Did you at least get some to-go boxes or?
We ate most of it, actually. But we did get 2 boxes. But everything was delicious. Everything you guys have, everything I've tried has been so good. But I haven't tried this yet,
Okay.
so
perfect. So.
Okay, again, while we're finishing this up, tell people where you're located.
So we're located in the Forum Shops at Caesars. We're open up from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, we're open until midnight. We got 9 private dining rooms. If you guys can't make it to the restaurant, we have off-site catering.
Oh, cool.
So you can get all this food to go, which is really good. So,
Nice.
Or like you said, doggy bags or non-doggy bags.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. But if we want, we can finish the pasta.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Oh, I need one of those. So you don't have to strain it in the...
Exactly.
Ah!
Here, we're gonna add cheese.
Oh, cool.
And parsley and basil.
Oh, yeah.
In the action there? All right,
I'll
let's do it.
participate. Yes. Okay, as we wrap up here, a reminder.
Carmine's, Forum Shops. Easter Sunday or every other day, we're there.
All right, we're going to be eating this during this break.
Yeah. All right. And if you have kids or are around them, you know which emoji they think is the funniest. How the poo emoji was the star of one child's birthday party. That's nice as we're in the kitchen.
And online shopping is hit or miss. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And one guy just found that out the hard way. We're going to have more on his retail problem and why that story's trending today.
Furniture for Las Vegas. SMALV.com to find out more.
Friday on Good Day. Tips to help you get your taxes done this weekend before the looming deadline. Also, Carlos Mencia joining us once again in studio before his show on the Strip. Yes, we're going to share some laughs with the comedian Friday on Good Day.
You are watching Las Vegas Now with Lindsey Simon, Kendall Tenney, and Mercedes Martinez.
Welcome back, everyone. We're taking a look at what's trending now. And if you've ever shopped online, you know that sometimes what you see is not always what you get. Have you guys had any of those experiences? I definitely have.
Online, no, but it's what I was saying earlier. Like, you got it. Come on.
Yeah. Well, one guy found out the hard way. Jeremy Priola ordered a tank top from Amazon, but when it was delivered to his house and he tried it on, it was definitely not a tank top. Instead, he received a dress. He posted a side-by-side photo of him in the dress and the product he was supposed to receive, saying, on the plus side, it does make my backside look great. And a lot of people, and I'm paraphrasing there, he didn't say backside. And a lot of people on Facebook seem to agree. One guy even said, I think you just started a new menswear trend. Looks good. Here's my deal. That tank top was 1 cent on Amazon. That should have clued you in.
Right.
This might not be what, you know, I expect.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember on the back of comic books, and this dates me, but when I was a kid, on the back of comic books, they would have all these things you could buy, and one of them was like a ghost with no strings attached that would float around your room for $3 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'd order it thinking, oh, it's going to float around, and it's just a piece of paper and a string, and you know, I got ripped off a lot.
Right. Like there was one that was what, a magnifying glass.
Yes.
And it was supposed to make certain things look bigger on your body. And it was just a magnifying glass. You're like, wait a minute. And my idiot brother was like, but it works. I'm like, wow.
Sham.
Burger King thought it had this amazing ad because, well, you'll see. Google, though, put a stop to it.
You're watching a 15-second Burger King ad, which is unfortunately not enough time to explain all the fresh ingredients in the Whopper sandwich. But I got an idea. Okay, Google, what is the Whopper burger? You're watching.
Okay, so that drove a lot of people crazy because they had Google Home near their TV. And so when he said that, it would immediately begin reading the Wikipedia entry for the Whopper. So Burger King thought it was really clever, but, well, it backfired because some people started going on Wikipedia and changing the ingredients to a Whopper to things like toenail clippings and cyanide.
Yum.
Any case, within hours, Google intervened and said, no, we're not going to do that. They disabled the voice command for the ad.
But it's clever. That's very clever.
It would have been if it was attached to something that people can't change. Like if it was an actual encyclopedia version of it, and you couldn't. But I mean,
Wikipedia?
Right. You really, the Wikipedia, the one app where you can be like, no, that's not what, that poop emoji, that's what it's about. Like, why would you just...
George Washington was the 5th president.
Right. Exactly.
I don't really like those things anyway. I don't like the Alexa or the Google Home.
I have Alexa. I love Alexa.
Yeah, my dad does not like Alexa, which we've discussed. I'll be on the phone with him, and he'll go, Alexa! Alexa, stop! Alexa, quiet! And I didn't know what this was. Like, who's Alexa? Who is that? Do you get a new dog? Oh, it's just Alexa. So I'm thinking there's just this new neighbor who we can't stand.
Right.
But I don't like it. I think it's creepy that they listen into everything you say.
And well, that's true. But, you know, it's technology. I mean, you can't be that. I don't know. I don't ever want to turn into these kids today with in the cars. You know, like you guys had a story earlier about a guy who left the dogs in the car, and my immediate thought was, how old was this guy's car that it doesn't have a GPS on it to track? Right. Like every car pretty much made after 95 or something that some way had, because I'm from back in the day where you had to buy a low jack for your car. Like if right now if they took my phone, I'd be like, where's my phone? It would be right there. I'd be like, hey, dude, I see my phone. This guy left dogs in there in like a 1967, I don't know what kind of car.
Are you guys fans of Survivor? Okay, that's a no.
Is it on our station?
That was a tepid response from both of you.
No, I was going to say I actually survived myself. Not that, Honduras, the actual, the real thing. Like, they actually had Survivor in, like, places where I actually grew up.
And they didn't offer $1 million.
Oh, I didn't get well, I've made millions, thank God, but no.
So some people say, how far would you go for $1 million? On last night's Survivor, contestant Jeff Varner desperately tried to stay in the game by publicly outing another player as transgender.
There is deception here.
Yeah.
Deception on levels, Jeff, that these guys don't even understand. There's more.
Continue.
Why haven't you told anyone you're transgender?
That was
That's
to
so
reveal
dirty,
to
Jeff.
whom
That-
he wanted.
I argue for the rights of transgender people every day in the state of North Carolina. I would never say or do anything to hurt anyone here. Jeff, I'm arguing.
Backtrack really quickly. He apologized to everyone saying he made the wrong choice, but he was voted off. Host Jeff Probst, who doesn't really give his personal opinion too often on the game, told Entertainment Weekly magazine, quote, "You just don't do that to someone."
And if you're rallying for the transgender community, you should know that.
Yeah.
You should know
he didn't
that.
have much. Yeah.
That's a no-no.
You got something on this.
No, I can't believe that he would do it. But let's be honest. The producers can say whatever they want. Somebody brought up this might happen.
Absolutely.
You know, because I'm sure right now they're going, oh my God, it's so horrible that happened. How much coverage are we getting?
Exactly.
You know,
Right.
There's another part to that.
That's a good point.
And somewhere out there, Fonzie is jumping the shark.
Yeah, to that old music. Oh, I love those 70s shows. They were the best. Every Latino in those shows was always a knock on the door and a policeman going, "Did you see anything?" "I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing." "We're going to call immigration. It was Robert from around the corner. Don't tell him I said nothing." That was every 1970s show with a Latino in it that had anything to do with cops. Everyone. Whether if it was Beretta, whether it was Vegas from here, he did it here at Circus Circus.
We're going to have more with Carlos Mencia when we come back.
Furnishings for the Las Vegas Now Green Room, provided by Furniture Fashions.
Today on 8 News Now at 5, Metro making big changes in the gang unit. The mistake Sheriff Lombardo is admitting to George Knapp. Plus, a mama swan killed. And it's not the first time this has happened. How a local community is taking aggressive action on 8 News Now at 5. This portion of 8 News Now is sponsored by Richard Harris Law Firm.
Hi,
Number one.
Welcome back. If you're sick of the same old peep flavors, you're in luck because the company has come out with 3 new mystery flavors.
Oh, thank goodness. What we need more of in this world is peeps. This is the 3rd year they've done this. So Carlos Mencia is with us here to try out these mystery flavors. In the past, they've had buttered popcorn, sour green apple, chocolate milk. So we're trying out these 3 flavors, and
Let's
we have
try
40
the green
seconds
one.
to do it. We're doing the green first?
40 seconds.
Green, yellow, whatever.
Or yellow. Lemon lime, that's delicious.
Lemon lime, for sure.
Are we correct? Anybody want to check the boxes?
Is that lemon lime?
It doesn't say? Oh,
It's a
mystery for everybody. Okay.
All right, next one. See, these are good. These are, you like these peeps?
That one's good. That one's
Shouldn't
good.
there be a sorbet or something
All
in
right.
between?
Purple and blue. Oh, mine's really hard.
Mine too.
That was a crack in the package.
I have no idea what this is.
It's
Cotton candy?
yeah. I'm gonna go with that.
That's really hard. Okay.
Don't lose a
Cotton
tooth.
candy?
Or something like
I
that.
think so. Cotton candy.
I can't tell what it is.
All right, got 15 seconds to do this one.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to cleanse my palate.
I know. We need water or something.
And then like orange? Is it orange?
It's too easy though, right? It's orange little specks on it.
Right. It tastes orangey though.
Yeah, it does taste orangey.
Like citrusy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not lime
That's my
citrusy.
least favorite. That's my least favorite one. But
Man. So the mystery flavors are out there. If you go to the store, I guess you can try these mystery
I
flavors.
like them. Get the green and yellow one. That's our favorite,
that was
right?
really good.
I think that is the
I was
best.
down.
Yeah.
All right.
You could put this on your taco like instead of lemon.
Once again, your mom's not going to be happy. You wanted the best. We're going to give you the best. Up next, how you can score some tickets for the big Kiss show later this month.
And spring is a time for flowers, new beginnings, and cleaning. Coming up, tips on how to get your home organized. We'll be right back.
If you all this week.
You have one more day for a chance to see Kiss. We're giving away tickets to their Laughlin show. Go to our Facebook page at facebook.com, Las Vegas Now TV for details on how to enter. The winner gets 3 tickets to see the band and also a 2-night stay at Harrah's Laughlin. We're going to announce the lucky winner right here tomorrow. Joined now by a Kiss fan, as it turns out. If you haven't done some spring cleaning, now is your chance to get organized. Larry Hugel is here with some organizational tips and tricks for the entire house. Larry, thanks so much for being here. And part of the challenge, you'd say, is that we all want to just clean everything all at once.
Yeah. Yes, most certainly, Kendall, and I'm happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me. You know, when it comes to one's home, there's not a greater feeling than being well organized, right? And becoming clutter-free. But when we look at our challenges of doing that, we look at the picture way too big. So we want to narrow down the scope. So a couple tips to help us along is let's just focus on one room at a time. And then maybe even narrow that down to a micro task, right? Why challenge yourself with all this weight on your shoulders, right? So narrow it down to a micro task of just one section of the room.
Makes total sense. And closets are a good place to start?
Closets are a good place to start. That, you know, that back bedroom, that children's playroom, right, where we accumulate too much. So I'm an advocate of the 3-pile system. Right? So let's just start with the back room, the child's room, right? Create 3 piles on the floor, right? The first pile is items that the children play with all the time. The second pile is things that they're kind of outgrown, but they still play with. And the third pile is you have to come to reality. They don't play with that anymore. That's the pile you're going to donate.
Makes sense. So in the middle pile, how do you decide? Because that's the tough one.
Well, because if you still use it, maybe seasonal items, you still want to keep it. So you need a proper place to store that, so it's just not in a box, sitting in the corner of a room. That's where California Closets comes in.
And you've got some great examples of the type of materials that people are using now for beautiful closets, and these are all sorts of...
So these are some of our embellishments. We do have some before and after pictures though, that we can show, because you don't have to do this elaborate system. It's really about being organized. The after picture, this customer just painted the room a unique color, and we built just a simple white system.
That's fantastic.
It's very simple. This is a media center. Clutter-free. You can see that there's a place for all the equipment.
Looks so much nicer too, and so cluttered before.
And then that back bedroom that was just full, that we were using as a storage room, it's now a guest room and a craft room or home office.
With a Murphy bed.
With a Murphy bed.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that's something that becomes more and more popular as people are looking for space.
That's right. When that son and daughter goes off to college, what are you going to do with that back room?
Well, they're going to come back, so it's I know they're coming back.
All right,
they don't leave.
fair enough.
They don't leave, Larry.
So these are some of our great materials that we work with. We have a company in Italy that we're bringing in this highly texture grain material. Feel that.
Yeah, that's great.
Or it has an imprint on it. This is Corsican weave. The camera might, this might be difficult to see, but this is in a stone pattern. So this is what the main structure of our system is made out of. And then if we want to add embellishment to it, we have this wonderful glass company up in Canada where they do this embossed glass. So this will be the decorative door element to it.
Man, these are great. Larry Hugel, if people want to learn more, where can they go?
CaliforniaClosets.com.
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining us today. Great examples of before and after. California Closets, there's a number on your screen. And as Larry just said, CaliforniaClosets.com/Las Vegas. All right, kids and parents both love themed birthdays, but we're going to tell you why this 3-year-old's birthday caused a big stink.
Las Vegas Now's performance set is sponsored by Stoney's Rockin' Country.
6'7", 1600. I'm Denise Valdez. Here's what we're working on for the news at 5 o'clock. That Reno student who was shot by campus police late last year speaks out for the very first time, and it's an interview that you will only see on Channel 8. Sheriff Lombardo is known for really shaking things up at Metro. He did it when he was elected a couple of years ago. Now he's doing it again. How local law enforcement will be cracking down on street gangs and sex trafficking. That's coming up in an I-Team exclusive. And cold brew coffee is all the rage, coming up in the Try It Before You Buy It. We'll test it out, making it at your desk. But does it work? Consumer advocate Michelle Mortensen will let us know. But before we do all that, one last check of our pretty windy and dusty forecast.
Yeah, a lot of dust out there. Wind advisory still in effect, as they should be, right? They will end, though, at midnight tonight. We'll see, because that could be extended for some areas, I'd say, downriver in Laughlin, where those winds could still be sticking around. The forecast tonight, 56 degrees, your overnight low. Windy and cool. Your gusts between 35 to 45 tonight. Blowing dust again will be a possibility. Your high for tomorrow, 77, sunny and cooler. Look at your winds. Calmer winds in the forecast for tomorrow. Saturday looks fantastic again. Easter Sunday, however, breezes return. We'll have those breezy winds at times on Monday and Tuesday, staying in those 80s for next week. A week from today, things look real nice. Back to sunny skies and in the 70s. Lindsey, Kendall, and Carlos, have a great Thursday.
All right, thanks, Ted. Well, if you're throwing a child a birthday party, chances are there will be a theme. And if your kid wants a poop emoji theme, well, you go all out for that, too. This St. Louis family went all in, getting everything from poop emoji balloons to a themed cake,
the cake is a little
cookies,
too
and
far.
costumes.
The cake, I don't know about that.
Wow, good job, parents. There's a 3-year-old that
But it's
did
a
that.
3-year-old's dream, yeah. I mean, it makes total sense.
For the kid, it's fine. He's got different parents in mind because we grew up on a farm, and if I had asked for that, my mom and dad would have taught me a lesson and really themed it. It would have been no
like
emoji.
real.
Yes, no emoji. There wouldn't have been eyes on it. It just would have been us going, this is a stinky party.
Carlos Mencia at Aliante. Go to carlosmencia.com to learn more about it. Thanks so much for being with us
Thank you.
today.
It was a blast having you in.
Man, it was awesome. Thanks,
Bye, guys.
Victim of a crash? Can't afford the copays? We can help.